This is my podcast, Mother.goose.knits, where I talk about my knitting, quilting, maybe sometime in the future crocheting and spinning, but right now it's mostly knitting. Yeah, this is just where I share all of my projects and things that I love making, and thank you for watching. So I haven't actually finished anything since last time, but I'm almost finished. I get kind of stuck in the process and I end up not being able to finish it. But last time I talked about the low-key cardigan by Woodland Knits, and that is this one. I knit it actually in Jiffy by Lion Brand because it was on sale. They had these giant balls of it. This is actually what I have left, but it was a really big ball, and I knit most of the sweater using just one. And it's in the color Forest, which I really liked. I wanted a green cardigan and the gauge was perfect. So I just figured I'll give it a shot. I will definitely be knitting this pattern again. It was really fun. It was a bottom up pattern. Then you knit the sleeves separately, then you attach the sleeves, and then you work on the raglan up to the collar here. And the thing about this pattern, the reason I chose it was because you steek it. And the only reason I hadn't done a cardigan before was because I didn't want to do the back and forth. I actually purchased a petite knit pattern. I think it was the mohair edition of the novice cardigan, but I got stuck on it. I really didn't like the back and forth. And this one you just knit in the round like a regular sweater and then cut it down the middle. And I'd never steeked before, and I thought it would be like a really, really fun first steeking project. The problem is because this is an acrylic yarn, it's probably very slippery and it's not gonna cling to itself. So I didn't want to do the crochet reinforcement. I really want to do a sewing machine and just do a zigzag stitch. Unfortunately, I don't have access to my sewing machine. We've been working on our basement. All of the stuff that was in the basement is now in my studio / sewing room. But we're like this close to getting to my sewing machine and my spinning wheel. So that's the next step, is to do the steeking and then the placket and then the 2 pockets. But this, even though Jiffy is a bulky weight yarn, the gauge came out perfect for this. The pattern is originally for worsted weight, and I'm really excited about it. I tend to get really scared of wearing some of my knits, especially if it's with nicer yarn. I don't want it to get dirty or snagged on something. And I think the fact that this is acrylic and it cost me about 20 bucks to make, because these were on sale, I think I won't mind wearing this in the garden, getting it dirty, and I'm very excited. It's gonna be warm, again, because it's bulky. It's a very thick, sturdy fabric, and I really like that because it gets windy here and I don't want to be cold. So anyway, that is that. I will definitely be knitting this again in a worsted weight, maybe in a little bit smaller of a size, but I'm excited to do that one again. It seems like a really good basic cardigan pattern. There are 2 whips that I talked about in my last video. They're just languishing still. I haven't even touched them. Haven't touched them at all. That was Miserina by Boyland Knitworks and Winterwoods. The steam that I had for Winterwoods just is gone. It's probably because it's spring and I'm just not feeling the cozy winter sweater vibe anymore. And that's okay. I'll pick it up eventually. Miserina is definitely a summer spring top, so I should probably just make myself do it. But the problem is I get what happens, right? Okay, sorry. what happens is I get fixated on a yarn in my stash that I really want to use, right? It's not even, sometimes it's a pattern, but a lot of times it'll be the yarn. Like I really wanted to use this green yarn. And I've had some cotton yarn in my stash for a while that was left over from my coffee house wrap, which is one of the first, that was actually the first shawl I ever made. It's over there. I was gonna wear it because it matches my dress. Actually, I'll go get it. Okay, here it is. This is the coffee house wrap. Now, some people wear their shawls like this, and I don't know if I like that. It kind of is too bulky, but this is the coffee house wrap, and as you can see, it's got this yellow, navy blue, this sort of bluish gray, and a cream color, and this orange. It matches my dress. See, I still wear my wraps like this, or my shawls like this, like a babushka lady. I like that it keeps my arms warm. That's kind of why I wear shawls, is to keep my arms warm without putting on a cardigan. But I really like this fabric, and I've been wanting to do a summer top with this, and it's a worsted weight cotton and nylon blend. It's mostly cotton, and it's creme cotton by Loops and Threads, which is the Michaels, I think, store brand or generic brand, whatever, the Michaels brand. And I found a pattern that I liked, which was camisole number 6 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. So, oh, by the way, Easter time at the Target dollar spot is a great place to find project baskets or bags. I found this cute little basket. It's perfect for my tank top. So this is My Favorite Things Knitwear, camisole number 6. And I do like this. However, I only had a partial skein of this. So I just knit it up as far as I could, and now I have to go buy more. And I don't want to go to Michael's and buy more, because I won't just buy one skein of this color. I will probably buy other colors or other yarns, and I'm really trying to not buy any more yarn, especially from big box stores. I mean, it's no problem with big box stores, right? That's what I have around here. But I wanted to try and like save up my budget, my yarn budget a little bit, and splurge on some nicer vegan yarns from smaller sellers, you know. But let's face it, I'll probably buy more yarn from Michael's sooner than later. Anyway, this, it's turning out okay, right? Why did I put it back? Anyway, this, the gauge was on point, right? But it's big. It's still got positive ease, and I was hoping for probably like 2 inches of negative ease for this. So I don't want to take it out and re-knit it. See, look how wide it is. That's just, it's very loose. I don't want to re-knit it because I actually had to re-knit it the first time I did it. I thought that I had done it too small. I used needles, a smaller size needle actually, and I had to rip the whole thing out because I felt like it was going to be too small, and it was just a little too tight. And now it's too big, which happens to me every time. So this one will just have to be a little bit big. The biggest problem though is that you can see my bra through the armhole, and I really don't like that. And so I was thinking that I might actually have to shorten the straps, which there's not much I can take off on the straps. I might have to shorten the straps. I don't know if this much, like if I cut off or if I undo, let me see. See, okay, the construction was that you knit a triangle strap here, you knit 4 triangles basically, and then join with Kitchener stitch right here at the top. So if I undo this, I can probably unravel some of the stitches and then get rid of probably 2 inches here. I'm wondering if that'll be enough. I don't know, but I definitely have to finagle this one, which sucks, but that's okay. So I got stuck on this one because I didn't want to go buy more yarn, and I ended up just starting a second one with a different color. I used the navy color. This color was mustard, and I grabbed out my navy. Now I have enough navy to do a whole tank top. So I have the front here. This time, instead of knitting a large, I am knitting a small. And I think this will be good. This is the front, so it'll be like that. And on top of that, I was supposed to, because the straps were too long in the last one, I only cast on, or I only went back and forth 4 times before I started the increases. And this way, when I pick it up here, I can knit it longer if I need to, but I won't just end up with a super long strap. And hopefully it'll cover my bra and it won't be too low, but I'm excited about that. I have one back piece here, actually, the back piece, and I've started on the last back piece. So, does that make sense? That's what I got. Now this pattern was interesting because I used a provisional cast on. I have done a provisional cast on before with the February hat, and that was the first time I ever used it. I didn't love it so much for the hat, but it's fine here. It's only 8 stitches that you cast on provisionally, and it's helpful because you can just graft the 2 pieces together and it looks pretty seamless. And I think that's it. That's all I've got. So for my future projects, I want to try the Tip Top Tank by Maker. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It looks like a really nice basic tank top. I believe it's knit bottom up, but that is with sport weight yarn. And I do like the look of this worsted weight tank top, but overall I think I would enjoy or prefer a finer yarn, just because it's really hot and I just like thinner fabric during the summer. So fingering weight is a little much for me. I don't know if I want to go through a fingering weight, even a tank top. I don't know if I want to do that. But sport weight, I like how that fabric turns out. So I have some leftover Kobu, which is a cotton bamboo, and I have some recycled wool, but I think I want to hold that double and knit a worsted weight pattern. I bought that because I wanted to knit the Fisherman's Raglan, so I think I'm going to stick with that. I also have a cotton linen bamboo blend that I want to try, and I think I will do a tank top with that. And I also, I think I have some sport weight cotton from, what's it called? Wool and the Gang. Yeah, they're Shiny Happy Cotton. I think that is sport weight, so I might try a tank top with that as well. But I'm hoping to gather some patterns that are really good basics that I can knit over and over again.
Mama.
Yeah?
Look.
My daughter wanted to play with her mermaid doll in the sink. So, I'm back. What was I talking about? Right, I wanted to get a bunch of basic patterns that I can knit over and over again. I like trying new patterns, but so many times I'll mess up the one that I've done first. Like for example, with this one, even though the gauge was correct, I mean, every time I look at it, it was correct, but it ends up too big or too long, something like that. And I mean, the gauge was correct, like the rows and the stitches were correct as far as I could tell. I think it's just the nature of cotton. It's a little more stretchy, a little slippery, I suppose, I guess. That must be it, because I didn't use the yarn that was suggested. And different yarns behave different ways, obviously. But like, for example, here, I'm just knitting the same tank again, and I can sort of correct my mistakes and change what I want to change. Like I am not doing as many stitches here for the strap as I did over here. I can just make my own alterations. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.